Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here and welcome to episode 75 of In Focus Friday. So last week we had a look at the Fossil Metals 2-ounce Horus round, really unique piece of hand-poured and in fact hand-pressed community silver. If you haven't checked it out yet, highly recommend you go and have a look. The link is down in the description below. Now the voting last week was an incredibly close run thing between the Geiger Square and the Pit Bullion Metals Mafia bar. So close in fact that I've decided to do a double header episode today, so we're going to have a look at both of these. Now there will be a vote at the end of this episode. I've got 3 brand new pieces for you guys to choose from, so make sure you stick around to the end of the episode to cast your vote for what you'd like to see next time. First off though, we're going to have a look at this Geiger Square, and here we have it. This was a gift from Laura Blade over Christmas, and what a generous gift package that was indeed. So thank you once again to Laura. And here we have the Geiger Square. It's a really interesting piece. I've been wanting to feature it here on In Focus Friday for the last month or so, but it kept on getting beaten to first place by other things. But now we have it here in front of the camera, and I think the first thing that really strikes me about this is the shape. You know, the square shape of this bar is really different to what I've certainly seen before and what most people are probably used to. You know, the sort of regular rectangular shapes of bars or the round shapes of coins. And I think that's what makes this quite unique in its own right. Obviously, it's got a load of other things going for it. It's very, very attractive in its design. It's got a whole host of unique security features, which I'll talk about in a moment. But you know, it looks fantastic, and I love the way the light plays off the back of this bar and really highlights all of those sort of diamond shapes with the LEV in it. But yeah, very, very cool indeed. Now, a few facts and figures about the Geiger bars. So it's obviously made by Geiger Metall. It's a German mint. It's a German manufacturer of these. That sort of building that you see in the front of the bar, in the square in the centre of the bar, is called Schloss Guldengosse, and that is a 1700 era castle in Germany, in Leipzig. And it's now the headquarters of Geiger Metall, so they're sort of putting their house and home on the front of these bars. You can see there at the bottom it says 1 ounce fine silver. Obviously it is German, so it's written in German there, and it's obviously 999. They are 33.5 millimeters in squared, so they're a good size. They feel good in the hand. And then on the other side we have here this sort of great diamond-shaped pattern with the blue highlighted areas, and obviously then we've got a serial number as well. Now this is the pattern of the German hallmark, and I'm going to give it a good old go at pronouncing this, so I do apologise for any Germans out there watching who are going to cringe at my pronunciation. So the LEV stands for the Leipziger Edelmetall Verbeitung, and I think that's how you pronounce it, if I'm remembering my A-level German correctly. So the Leipziger Edelmetall Verbeitung. And that is the sort of you know, basically the verification office for the bars here. So LEV. Now, what's very cool about this is the centerpiece, the hallmark there, the LEV in the blue is really unique. It actually glows under ultraviolet light, which is really very cool indeed. Now, I don't have a black light with me that I can demonstrate that, but it apparently does. And I think the serial number here in blue also does. And that's another thing. Each of these bars has a unique serial number, which has a letter followed by 7 digits, which is really very cool. So there's a lot of interesting security features on here. It's very hard to fake one of these bars because you've got to go to a lot of effort to try and make it look as good as it does, and then have the ultraviolet stuff, the serial numbers, which is obviously verifiable through the Geiger Metall database. So lots of different things going for this bar, and I think it looks fantastic as well. I do like the way on this side it's got this kind of what they call a white pearl finish on this sort of raised portion of the square. It does look great, and I think it's a cracking bar. As I said, it's you know, a present from Laura, and it's one that I'm going to treasure for a while because it's something very special. But you know, as a sort of investment piece, I'd say these have pretty good you know, premiums on them. Often you're not going to pick these up for spot price. They are going to have higher premiums on them, but at the end of the day, they do tend to hold their premiums very well because they're pretty desirable in all fact. And you know, premium wise, they're not actually that much. I mean, having had done a little bit of research, JM Bullion have them for about $22 at the moment. So you know, not huge amounts of premium by any stretch of the imagination, but for a very secure piece of silver, it's well worth paying a little bit extra. So there you go. That's the Geiger bar. Do comment down below what you think about that. I think it's a pretty awesome piece. Really nice to have it in my stack, in my collection. But do let me know your thoughts. Okay, next up we have is the Metals Mafia Pit Bullion bar. This is another one which I've been hoping to get on In Focus Friday for the last month or so, so I'm really glad that it's finally here. I think I picked this up before Christmas actually, and Pit Bullion himself sent this over, and yeah, really happy to finally feature this. It's obviously a hand-poured bar. Now, if you guys don't know, if you don't know who Pit Bullion is, you need to go and check his channel out. You really do, and his website, and he does some amazing things. Obviously, this is promoting Metals Mafia, which is another kind of forum that's out there. You know, there are loads of different forums. You've seen that my videos are sponsored by the Silver Forum, but I also keep a wary eye on Metals Mafia, keep up with what's going on over there. It's a really good forum. It's much more sort of US centric, so it's well worth having a look at that alongside any other bars. But there's the logo, really kind of good deep stamped logo. I do like the way that looks. And I know that's not going to be an easy stamp to put onto silver with the width that it's got there, but really great little detail on the Mafia man himself. It's a 2-ounce pour bar. Look at the texture on the back of that, really nice. You can just tell that that is an old school style piece of hand poured silver, and I really do like that. Great stamping as well. You know, I really do admire this. You know, 2 troy ounce. He's obviously got the troy ounce stamp all in one, and fine silver as well. That's something that I, as a pourer, am going to look to develop over time and try and get those so they look really professional, because I think that looks really, really good, really professional indeed. Then on the other side we have the typical look for poured silver, and this is what floats my boat. Really love these ripples, absolutely awesome. Every single bar will be unique and different, and that's just the way I like it. So there you go, that is that. And this is serialised as well, I forgot to mention. So I've got bar number 14. I don't exactly know the mintage. I'll have to go and double check that and maybe put it down in the link in the description below. But I know he's making a limited run of these, and yeah, I think they are pretty special indeed. Look at the side of that, really, really nice stuff. So there we go, that is the Pit Bullion Metals Mafia bar. As I said, if you haven't checked out Metals Mafia, if you haven't checked out Pit Bullion, links in the description below to both of those. I don't know if he's still got any of these bars left. If he has and you want to get one, I'm sure you can get in touch with Pit Bullion and sort something out. But yeah, well worth picking those up indeed. So yeah, there we go, 2 very different bars, but hopefully you guys like them. It would be interesting to see your thoughts on both of those bars, so do make sure you comment down below in this particular video what your thoughts are on the Geiger bar as well as the Pit Bullion Metals Mafia bar. So there we go, that's those 2 out of the way. Now I have 3 very exciting new pieces to share with you for well, the next couple of weeks as we go ahead and vote. Now for those of you who saw the video on Wednesday I uploaded the old school, I keep calling it a trade dollar. By the way, when I feature this, I'm going to be making this mistake all the time. We have here the Oriental Board of Britannia, which is styled on the old British trade dollar, which is why I keep calling it the trade dollar. But yes, so we have the Oriental Britannia. That is a very, very cool piece of silver indeed. That's one of my top picks for 2018. Then we have another, I'm going to have to zoom the camera out for this one because this is a very interesting piece. Then we have a 5-ounce proof Queen's Beast Lion. And this is a very, very interesting piece of silver indeed. It's actually something I'm the custodian of for the short term, because there's a gentleman in the United States who asked me to pick this up for him and then combine it with some shipping. So I've got this for a limited time. I'm really enjoying it. It's a PF70 version of the big 5-ounce lion. So if you want to see that all up and close and talk about that, then that's for you. And then the very last piece to share with you guys is some gold. We have a little tiny gold sovereign. I'm going to zoom back in again, aren't I? This one is slightly different. This is a George sovereign, a George V sovereign. So let's just get that in focus for you. So there you go, a George sovereign. Something a little bit different. It's one I picked up through eBay as a kind of special offer that eBay was running just after Christmas. So there you go, that's your 3 choices for next week. Please do comment in this video which one you would like to see, and then we can put that in focus next week. If you liked this video, if you liked the pieces of silver that I showed today, please make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please make sure you hit that subscribe button. I do an episode of In Focus Friday every Friday. Also, as a reminder, huge unboxing weekend coming up, so you don't want to miss that. Make sure you hit the alarm bell and you'll get a notification when I upload future videos. Otherwise, all that's left for me to say is I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend ahead. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure that you like, share, comment and subscribe for more.